Have you ever felt down in the dumps or angry about something and you went to go vent to someone about it, someone that you might know, and that person said something to you that made you feel even worse? Maybe that person kicked you while you were down or slammed the door in your face, so to speak, as if they don't want to hear about your problems. I know that can be emotionally painful, especially when you're already vulnerable, which is why I'm going to explain to you further about why you should be careful who it is you vent to about your frustrations and what you can do instead. Let's start with vulnerability. Whenever you go through any kind of bad experience, that's when you're the most sensitive and your inner critic is at its highest. And your inner critic, that's a psychology term. And that means that there's always a voice. There's a voice in your head that repeatedly reminds you about all your past mistakes. And it constantly puts you down. It says things to you like, you should have known better, or you were stupid for dating that person, or you'll never find another good person like this again. You really blew it big time. And this voice in your head repeatedly over and over again, once it has a good grip on you and you allow that voice to take over without you counterattacking that voice, then it's just going to bring you that much more further down. So make sure that you, of course, you want to offset that voice. But the inner critic is at its highest whenever you go through any bad experience. Every spoken word in your direction or any bad experience, your brain talks to you, your inner critic talks to you with much more impact. Now, just imagine this right here. Just imagine that you just got done going through a breakup. All right, someone broke up with you, or maybe the other way around, and you're feeling bad, you're feeling miserable, you're feeling uneasy. Your inner voice in your head is steadily beating you up and saying all these negative things. Now you're already down for the count. All right, you're already just down and out. And now you're at a point where you just have to talk to someone about it. You have to talk to someone about how you're feeling. You just have to get this off your chest. And you go to someone that you know, or go to someone that you're related to. And that person does not take your feelings in consideration. That person says things to you like, you need to get over that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it no more. Or think positive. Now, when somebody says that to you, you're not going to feel much more better. You're going to feel even worse. And also, another thing too, is that sometimes you could tell certain people certain things about what it is you're going through, and that person will listen. That person might not pass judgment on you right then and there. But later on in a heated discussion, that person might take that same thing that you told them because they remembered it. They might take that same thing that you told them and turn right around and throw it right back in your face as a put down, as a weapon. They use that as a weapon against you. So by all means, be careful who it is you vent to about your problems. What I want to encourage you to do, I want to encourage you to seek out people who will take the time to listen to you. People who will take the time to try to understand where you're coming from, understand how you're feeling. People that's empathetic, that can feel your pain, a shoulder to cry on. When you find people like this, when you encounter people like this, someone that you know or someone that you're related to who's known for being a good listener, you'll not only feel relieved, but also that person might even give you a little bit of encouragement. That person might even try to help you come up with the solutions to your own problems. I know, because I'm going to tell you, in my case, I've always been known for being a good listener. And when people talk to me about their problems, I'll listen to that person without passing judgment. And usually they'll come and walk away feeling much more better about themselves, knowing the fact that I not only listened to them, but knowing the fact that I was there for that person. That's the experience that I have in my life, and I've always been that kind of person. So whenever I go through my own frustrations, then I seek out people who do the same thing for me, who take the time to listen and try to be more understanding. It's no better feeling. It's no better feeling when you have somebody that you can vent to and that person doesn't pass judgment. So make sure you seek out people like that. You don't have to find somebody who's going to take the time to give you a whole lot of advice. I mean, sometimes advice just doesn't work. Sometimes all a person needs to do is just sit down and just listen. Listen to you, let you vent. Now, one thing I want to include here also, and I want to mention this also, is that while it's okay to vent about your problems, make sure that you don't spend too much time venting. I mean, make sure you also find a solution to your problem, because venting by itself, it's okay just to relieve some stress. But when you vent and complain about what you're going through, that alone doesn't solve the problem. So make sure you make it a routine to try to find small steps every day to try to get over whatever it is that you're going through. So once again, be careful who it is you vent to, please. Please be careful who it is you vent to. Not everybody takes your feelings in consideration. And seek out people who don't pass judgment, who will take the time to listen to you. And you'll be relieved. And once again, you might even come up with the solutions on your own about what you should do to overcome whatever challenges that you're facing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This topic right here I just covered, it's the kind of topic that I take very, very seriously. So it lies dear with me. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got something out of it. And I will talk to you next time around. Have a good evening.